Welcome everyone to Bar Talks. Today, conveniently, is taking place in my office since the bar is closed, and because it's the Halloween season, my costume for the day is a talk show host from outer space.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a very broad field, a lot of room for people to bring stuff to the table. So yeah, nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Hey, Rosie, how's it going?
Alex! How is it not going?
Honestly, I think a meteor may have flown past my office not too long ago, so ironically, I would say it's not great.
I don't actually know what that means, but it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, most certainly has been a minute. Some would say several years. But I wanted to reach out and say thanks for the gift.
Yes, absolutely.
What's the motivation for this guy? Just inspired by the death of his species and want to see them roam the world again? Or just because like Jurassic Park 3 came out recently?
Yeah, absolutely. Find balance and get a little mix.
I would say that you found a mix between like cute and absolutely deadly. But he's not rigged to explode, right? Take out my whole office.
Yeah.
I will be keeping him in the box then. He's very cute though, so thank you so much for my reptile grenade. What have you been up to though, Rosie?
I've been teaching at a local college here for a couple of years now, since I graduated with my master's from the very same school, so that was nice.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually still haven't recovered from when Steve from Blue's Clues went to college, honestly.
Yeah, and he's still with the police academy?
No, he's actually a full-blown detective now. That's crazy, right?
I love that.
Yeah, me too. He was always so good with Blue. Maybe we can meet up soon and...
Not sure about that, but we'll see.
Okay. Anything you've been doing besides teaching?
Okay. So, basically, to give you a little bit of backstory, growing up, my great-grandmother was affectionately known as Tootsie by pretty much everybody. And she used to crochet. I don't think she knit much.
Those two words are interchangeable to me. All I ever think is knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 3, 4 pearls, put them up your butt. I'm sorry, please continue.
I never saw her do it, but I knew that she could crochet, and she had a sewing machine and was notorious for making myself and my siblings and my cousins baby clothes and, all those kinds of things. And when she passed away, I was only 10, and I hadn't yet had that moment where I was like, teach me how to do this thing. And so it was always, I think, a little bitter for me knowing that I missed out on that opportunity to learn directly from her. But when I went to college, my first year in college, I was friends with a group of girls, and one of them knew how to knit, and I asked if she would teach me, and she said yes.
Oh, well, that's really cool. I think my father-in-law took a basket weaving class in college. He also met with like a whole bunch of girls that like taught him how to weave. But carrying on that legacy is something super cool. We don't realize that sometimes if we don't pass forth the legacy, it can like go with us. So it's cool that you picked up her craft.
So we went and picked up my first pair of needles, some basic yarn. I made a scarf that had like 5 holes in it.
That's what makes it fashionable. If a piece of clothes at Fashion Week could straight up be a garbage bag, a scarf with holes around it sounds like it could win trophies.
It looked like a river, this thing, because it was just all over the place. And naturally, my mom got that one. She gets all my guinea pig projects. But that was really the beginning for me. We would get together like in one of our rooms and watch TV or a movie, and just everybody would knit.
The choice of movie probably mattered, right? Like, we're close to beginning. Something funny and entertaining would keep us going. Let's watch Norbit 50 times. Especially if you guys meet up on Tuesday.
And all I knew for the longest time was how to make scarves. So that's like what everybody got.
Yeah, I don't think everyone wants multiple scarves, unless you're like me and you need one for each chin.
And when I exhausted the scarf, I was like, okay, well, maybe I could try a blanket or something. And eventually when I moved to Pennsylvania, I decided to try my hand at crochet. And so I started doing that. I watched YouTube videos.
This is a YouTube video.
Learned basic maneuvers, basic stitches, which is what everything is built out of. So if you can do a couple of stitches, you just put them in combination with each other, and that's how you get the stuff. Because everybody's always so amazed when they see the stuff that I make. And even I amaze myself at this point, because I started with basic scarves and blankets, and now all of a sudden I can do 3D objects, which I thought was territory that I would never touch. And yet here I am.
Man, 3D. That would be awesome. If I can knit or crochet anything like that, I'd make a full-size spaceship made entirely of pink yarn. That would probably take literally forever to make, though.
I know recently, I don't have this to show you, but my cousin got married back in December, and he's a firefighter. So I wanted to make, my new thing when people get married now is I make them blankets.
Dang! We know what they're going to do with that new marriage blanket. Get undressed, climb onto the sheets, and rewatch all the episodes of Breaking Bad. Or maybe read a nice book.
But with Thomas's, I thought, okay, he's a firefighter, so I want to incorporate that theme into the blanket. And I found a pattern that's basically like a bunch of zigzags. And in the pattern, the person used shades of blue or shades of pink. And I'm like, well, obviously I could do any colors I want. So I went to Michael's and I picked out 6 colors that to me represented flames and the build up to them. So I had a charcoal base, and then a wine color, and then this bright red, and then an orange, and then 2 shades of yellow, a darker one and a lighter one.
Oh, wow. This looks freaking awesome. This bed looks like it's part of the Hunger Games because it's catching fire. Think you ever forgets that these are his blankets and he runs to put the fire out? Super sick firefighter instincts. He's dumping buckets of water on it. He's like, oh my god, I forgot this was a giant blanket. Honey, you're gonna need to throw it in the dryer again.
Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason, whenever I make blankets for that side of the family, they come out the size of a room.
Maybe you could sell a room full of blankets instead. You know how they have the bounce houses, Sky Kingdom, just blanket world. You should definitely corner that market while it's still hot and fresh.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be on that.
Do your multiple years of traveling space and going to different planets inspire any of your designs?
I saw this banana split snail, and was there are some things that you find and you think to yourself, it's ridiculously adorable. I must make this. And that was how I felt about that.
Yeah, see, space travel is freaking awesome. I want to see a banana split snail.
It was yellow and it had the chocolate scoop and the white and the strawberry. But then after that, I started playing around with different combinations. So I think the one that you have is sorbet. I made 3 others. I made one for somebody. So I'm already almost up to 10.
Yeah, maybe if there's enough on this planet, they'll come from their little banana split planet and start living here. That'd be so cute.
I've got, let's see. This is Shoppe.
Oh my god, I love you, Shoppe.
There's literally hundreds and hundreds of ways I could probably customize this thing. And they're selling well at the shop, so that's exciting for me.
Yeah, you can't stop making this. Where can I actually get one?
So I have an old coworker of mine from one of my first jobs who is now the owner of a small space called the Artist's Loft. It's in Conshohocken.
The store is located on the back of a hawk? I have no clue what you just said. I've never heard of this place. What is it exactly?
He does refurbished furniture. He'll get, let's say, a side table and he'll strip it down and then paint it or something like that. So some of his work is on display at the shop, and then he sells somewhere else too. But
oh, that's awesome! So cool. So you have your own little Tootsie Corner in a physical location.
People have asked me if I'm on Etsy. And I originally looked into it, and maybe I misunderstood it, but at the time, when I was going through the process of setting up the account, they wanted to know the exact dimensions of the boxes I would use to ship my items. And when you can make everything from baby booties to a queen size Afghan, you can't say, one box fits all. So I think I bailed out of that.
And you don't really do online sales because like I was ready to invest all my money into like an army of these ice cream snails and revolt against my local ice cream shops.
Well, I always put pictures of the stuff that I'm bringing, or like I'll tag the shop in the picture on Facebook. So like the 2 snails I showed you, those are gonna go on Wednesday. This little fella, little bumblebee, is gonna go as well. What else do I have here?
What do you do for like your bar-based audience?
I've got cup koozies, I believe is the technical term. I've been made fun of for calling it a cozy. So now I think I need to rewire my brain. But yeah, so these are koozies.
Oh, that's so cool. For some reason, it's making me miss my mom. Where can people like find you in social media and stuff?
So I have a Facebook page. I also have an Instagram. Both are under the same name, which is Little Tootsie Designs.
And of course, if people want, they could take the trip to the store that's on the back of that hawk, right?
I mean, you can make the drive if you want. There's so much cool stuff there. There's people that do like, there's, all kinds of paintings, but there's cards, there's jewelry, there's pottery, there's cutting boards, artwork, there's a whole medley of things, candles. Yeah, so if you're ever in the Philadelphia area, and you want to check that out, just plug it in, GPS it, and it'll take you right there.
Well, thank you very much, Rosie, for coming on to talk about your stuff. Personally, I seriously like supporting my friends that are doing cool local business adventures, and something cool like this is something I think people would like or check out. So hopefully you guys like this, you check it out. Support Rosie and her cool adventure with the little animals and dinosaurs.
Sounds good, Alex. Bye.
Well, everyone, this is it for Bar Talks. Currently still in an office, and I'm still dressed up as a ghost who does a talk show. I am ready to clock out for the day, go home, and shut this down. Shut it down. Shut it all down. Turn off the lights. You don't need me no more.